There. Essendon and West Coast, back in the old days, they failed to disappoint, and that was the case last night.
Yeah, I love this for the season, that West Coast are now competitive again. So if you look across the board at the numbers, they matched Essendon pretty much in every key stat. Waterman is having some sort of year. This is a pivotal moment. Cripps,
what's he doing?
What is Cripps doing off the ball? Even Waterman says to him, don't give it away, you can see it. And he's shattered, so you'll see it here. He drops Martin Cripps just off the left. He's just there. And that is reversed. What a big moment that is. You can see the devastation there. And when you lose it by such a close margin, you go back to an experienced player amongst a young group. Unforgivable. Could have probably been the volcano this morning, TJ, because they held on with a minute to go. They're in touch, and then they went back to the centre bounce, and Kelly actually wins the centre bounce clearance. Eagles coming forward again here with one last shot with a few seconds left. But Essendon hold on.
What do you do as a coach now, Adam Simpson with Cripps?
Yeah.
Like, important player, but that sort of action can't happen.
You'd know, wouldn't you? Like, you'd know as a player. It was okay in the game.
What would the response be in the rooms afterwards?
Oh, you'd be filthy.
Would the playing group express that?
I would hope so. I would hope they've got to the point where you say, we cannot accept that from a senior player in that moment to do that, because they've turned really everything around, and they're actually playing a respectable
turnaround for the Eagles. You mentioned it's been largely central to three players: Harley Reid, Jake Waterman, and this man Elliot Yeo, who had his 200th career game last night. Unfortunately, though, he has pinged a soft tissue ailment out of it. It's a groin problem, and given his issues in that space over the last few seasons, I would imagine he'll be spending some time on the sidelines, unfortunately, for the Eagles.
The Sydney Swans and... Welcome back. You are watching the Sunday Footy Show. All good?
Oh, we're back, I think.
We're back.
Yeah,
we're flying.
We
sorted it out.
Yeah, sorted it out.
Well, hang on. No, there was nothing to sort out. There was nothing to sort out. We don't need to do that. What we do need to sort out is this match. It is West Coast up against Essendon. Tell us about this.
Yeah, well, it was a really good game of footy, I thought. It wasn't high pressure, and it wasn't to the standard of some of the other games in terms of the quality. But what I love about West Coast is that they are in the fight now, and they have been for the last 4 or 5 weeks since that Sydney game, and they really took it up to Essendon right from the start. It was a good four-quarter performance, I thought. In the end, I thought Essendon just had too many weapons forward of the ball, and Zach Merritt, the inspirational skipping out, led the way with 3 goals. We'll get to him in a moment. Parrish, the best midfielders are doing, and there's a guy who looks like Tony Lockett playing for West Coast at the moment. That's Jake Waterman.
Or Fraser Gehrig more so, do you reckon?
Maybe. But his contest where Lordo spoke about Curnow and maybe not fighting as hard. This guy fights, and he really fights for the contest. Like, he wants to make that ball his own. He's great at protecting the space. And for a smaller forward who's almost playing the key forward role, I just think he's just been enormous what he's doing this year, and he's a very accurate set shot for goal.
And it's come from nowhere, hasn't it? The illness that he had last year and the unknown about him even returning to an AFL ground, let alone returning and playing this way as he now has done in the past 4 weeks.
And there's still a bottom 4 side, so you admire players who are performing like this in a forward line in a side that's struggling.
Let's look at the votes last night. Some good players across the board. Zach Merritt was the best player on the ground. I thought Martin was excellent. Darcy Parish. I'm not sure how Jake Kelly got in there. I didn't have Jake in the votes, but
who can you remember?
Tim Kelly.
Tim Kelly, yeah.
Alrighty, at the end.